Question 931. Which of the following would most likely appear as a credit in the seller's settlement statement? A. Prepaid taxes for the property. B. Tax lien on the property. C. Unpaid taxes on the property. D. Loan balance on the property. Correct answer is A. Prepaid taxes for the property. Such credits reimburse the seller for items the seller has already paid, which cover time periods during which the seller will not own the property. Question 932. A title insurance company can insure the following. A. Lack of capacity to transfer title. B. Defective delivery of title. C. Whether the tenant's lease interest is free from encumbrances. D. All of the above. Correct answer is D. All of the above. Other potential problems areas regarding a title, such as the validity of an easement, forgery, and impersonation, are also covered under an extended title insurance policy. Question 933. The horizontal piece supporting wall studs, to which the studs are nailed, is termed the A. Floor joist. B. Sole plate. C. Subflooring. D. Crossbar. Correct answer is B. Sole plate. A sole plate or wall plate is a horizontal, structural, load-bearing member used in wooden building framing. Question 934. The rectangular survey system is also called the A. U.S. Government Survey. B. Meets and bounds. C. U.S. Section and Township System. D. Both A and C. Correct answer is D. Both A and C. The rectangular survey system provides for a unit of land approximately 24 miles square, bounded by baselines running east and west, and meridians running north and south. This 24-mile square is divided into areas 6 miles square called townships, which are further divided into 36 sections, each 1 mile square. Question 935. Sophie, a college student looking to buy her first car, contracts with Danny to purchase his 1998 Yugo for $3,000. Upon walking to where the car is parked to transfer ownership, they see that the car has been completely vandalized. Its body dented, windshield smashed, wheels slashed. Sophie extends her sympathies to Danny, but tells him, under the circumstances, she will not be completing the transaction to buy the car. If Danny sues Sophie for not honoring their agreement, Sophie will probably A. Win, because both Sophie and Danny were mistaken regarding the damage done to the car. B. Lose, because Danny is not at fault that his car was damaged. C. Win, because it is Danny's fault that his car was damaged. D. Lose, because if Sophie had done a final check of the car before agreeing to buy it, she would have discovered the damage done by vandalism. Correct answer is A. Win, because both Sophie and Danny were mistaken regarding the damage done to the car. An example of mutual mistake, when both parties make a mutual mistaken assumption regarding conditions surrounding a contract, so the contract becomes voidable by the party harmed by the mistake, Sophie, as long as that party did not assume the risk that the assumption was wrong. Both parties thought the car was undamaged, with Sophie never assuming the risk that it was not. She can void the contract if she chooses, with no recourse by Danny. Question 936. When advertising a listed property for sale, a broker is prohibited from A. Creating the false impression that the broker is the property owner. B. Providing the property's listed price in the ad. C. Not providing the exact street address. D. Not providing the amount of financing needed to acquire the property. Correct answer is A. Creating the false impression that the broker is the property owner. A broker who runs an ad implying that the property being sold is his own, rather than a listing he has secured from an owner, is guilty of illegal misrepresentation. Question 937. Paul and Arthur are joint tenants in a property. The two have an argument and Paul changes the locks on the gates to the estate, so that Arthur cannot enter. Arthur can A. Sue Paul for wrongful ejectment. B. Physically attack Paul and claim the right of self-defense because his property interest was threatened. C. Sue Paul for his fair share of the rent value for the time that Arthur was kept off the property. D. Both A and C. Correct answer is D. Both A and C. If one co-tenant ousts the other co-tenant, the victim of the ouster can sue for wrongful ejectment. The tenant who wrongfully ejects the other tenant can be compelled to pay the fair market rental value for the property covering the length of time of the ouster. Question 938. Generally, escrow companies base their prorations on a year consisting of A. 355 days, B. 360 days, C. 365 days, D. 366 days. Correct answer is B. 360 days. Escrow firms rely on 30 days months, a 360-day year. Question 939. A typical seller representation agreement authorizes the listing agent to do all of the following, except A. Place A for sale sign on the property, B. List the property on a multiple listing service, MLS, C. Open an escrow account in the owner's name, D. Accept on the owner's behalf a good faith deposit from a prospective buyer. Correct answer is C. Open an escrow account in the owner's name. Escrow won't open until the escrow officer receives a fully executed purchase contract and buyer's deposit. Question 940. A married couple originally from the Middle East come to broker Betty's office San Diego and tell her they are interested in viewing potential homes to buy in the Rancho Gardens neighborhood. Even though the broker has several listings in that area, Betty, for no other reason than their national origin, tells the couple that nothing is available in Rancho Gardens. Betty has committed the illegal practice of A. Blockbusting, B. Antitrust, C. Steering, D. False advertising. Correct answer is C. Steering. Steering is specifically prohibited by the Fair Housing Act and the regulations of the Real Estate Commissioner and can result in fines and/or suspension or license revocation for the offending licensee. Question 941. The FHA requires loan applicants to make a down payment of at least blank of the sales price of the property. A. 1.5%, B. 0.02, C. 0.05, D. None of the above. Correct answer is D. None of the above. The FHA requires borrowers to make a minimum cash investment of 3.5% of the sales price. Question 942. Constructive notice for a lien is provided when recording A. Trust deed, B. Covenant, C. Change of ownership, D. Easement in gross. Correct answer is A. Trust deed. A lien is a monetary encumbrance, an interest that affects a property's ownership. A deed of trust is such an encumbrance.